Welcome back to Brookside Park, where just moments ago Matt Marquise lined up this birdie attempt. But it cuts through, and that leaves Jeff Wellin with a 35-footer for the lone birdie on the card. He cashes that one in. So now the lead card will move to the 15th. It's a big dogleg right, about 140 feet to the corner, and then another 160 down to the basket. They will be contending with a little bit of a tailwind, which will make it just a tad more difficult to get the discs flipped over. Wellin first on the tee, 3 strokes off the lead. He's got a good angle on this one. Flattens out a little bit and glides down. He's going to have 40 feet for his birdie. Of course, this is a blind hole, so the players are speculating on whether or not the disc came out of that nosedive angle he initially put it on. But we know it did. Marquise steps on the tee pad next. It's a very smooth looking throw. It's flattened out a little earlier than Jeff's, and it kind of stalls out. He's going to have about 80 or 100 feet going on a slight downslope. Next, Ian Anderson. He's got one of his rocks, probably a little seasoned, so he can get it flipped over. He plays the woods line pretty tight like you need to do, but it gets to the ground early. Ian will have 80 or 90 feet. And finally, Monty Walker. Looks like he's got some kind of driver. This is a very aggressive play on this hole. I'm not sure that's as high as he was looking to go. It's gonna get past the basket into the woods a little bit. Marquise on his approach shot. Can't afford to be too aggressive with this one. A combination of the downhill and the wood line behind, so he's probably just playing for par there. And then Ian going back to that straddle jump putt. Again, plays it a little short. These guys don't want to get back in the woods. Jeff for birdie. Excellent putt. He's 2 down for the last 2 holes and beginning to gain ground on the leaders. Monty has just indicated that Ian and Matt Marquise should go ahead and tap out their pars. While they do that, Walker's found his disc and he's trying to negotiate a little bit of a tough stance, I think, here. Let's see if he's close enough to the edge that he can. Well, he can lean out a little bit, and that's not bad. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, because it's not a long shot. He puts it right under, he'll get his par. So now we move on to the 16th here at Brookside Park. This 570-foot hole plays by scoring average the 2nd toughest on the course. Players are looking for about a 380-foot shot into the landing zone. That's coming onto the screen now, and then from there they'll have to play about a 190-foot hyzer to the pin. There's a ridge that runs across there, about 30 feet high, and it's going to prevent the players from seeing the landing area on their second shots. We've got Jeff Wellin first. The wind is swirling a little bit here, but it's left to right at the moment. And this is an excellent shot. It's going to make for an easy up and down, actually, for Jeff. A rarity on this hole. Marquise next. So you can see him watching his disc glide down that left side and drop in. He's looks like he's played a little bit of a layup. That wasn't a full power shot, but he's set himself up nicely for about a 200-foot second shot. Ian Anderson, he's got that flippy boss we talked about earlier as he tests the wind. He's powered this. It's a much lower line than Jeff and Marquise. Stables out. He's in the clear. That's exactly the landing zone we were talking about. He'll have about 190 feet to the pin. And finally, Monty Walker. He's got a sidewinder. He's testing the wind. He's got to be careful because he really wants to try and force the sidewinder over a little bit. Oh no, the wind turned around there right at the last second on him. And in a tailwind, he's just not going to be able to flip that. It goes out into the road. He's just brought his disc back in bounds, and he's going to play a big hyzer line, trying to force this onto the green. He's caught a little bit of a tree, but it looks like he's still fought through it. He's going to have a long putt for 4. Marquise next. He's looking at a big hyzer line out and around this tree. It's a good stroke. It may come up a little short, but with a drop off behind on this hole, short's much better than long. Ian Anderson. Oh no, he catches up on the top of that ridge. Disappointing for Ian, as he probably was looking for an easy par there after a great drive. And Jeff Leyland, who powers it all the way up to the ridge on his first shot. The second shot will just be some kind of putter layup. You can see it skipping up there next to the basket in the shadows. Ian with a long jump putt to save his par. Oh wow. A great putt by Ian. Hits high, but it drops in. And so not only does he save his par, but he manages to remain tied for second with Jeff Leyland and maintains a card that is squeaky clean. He doesn't have a single bogey this second round. Walker. This will be for 4 after the OB penalty. The wind is still swirling. This is a difficult 40-footer. And he gets a lot of chain, but it won't stay. So Walker taps in for 5, Jeff taps in for 3, Marquise taps in for 3. And the scores after 16 holes here at Brookside Park. Marquise remains atop the leaderboard, 10 under par. Jeff Leyland and Ian Anderson tied at -8. And Monty Walker, after a tough hole, will fall back to -5. So now the lead group will move across the course to hole A, the first of the 3 temporary holes on this 21-hole layout. It's a 200-foot pitch downhill, and Jeff Leyland is first on the tee. It's a great-looking shot. He'll have about 6 feet for his birdie. And so as Matt Marquise steps to the tee, he will have to park this one to maintain his 2-stroke lead over Jeff. He's playing a hyzer line, but he doesn't get it high enough, and he's hung up in that rough at the top of the hill. So Ian Anderson also has an opportunity to gain a stroke on Marquise. He's played a rock shot, a little higher than Matt, but pretty much on the same line. Drops down within about 20 feet. Should be a putt for birdie. And finally we have Monty Walker. He'd like to put this close, I'm sure. Get a little momentum back after that tough hole on 16. He's taking a run at it. It goes high and fades a little bit. Doesn't get too much skip, so he'll have a nice short putt for his birdie as well. Now Marquise in a vicious crosswind. That drops short, and he's going to have to settle for 3. That's probably going to feel like a bogey on a hole this short. Now Ian Anderson for his birdie. A good putt, and as he retrieves that, Monty Walker will step up and attempt his birdie. No problem there, the magnet sticks. And as Jeff Leyland taps out, Marquise will come down the hill and tap in his 3. Jeff and Ian Anderson both gain a stroke to move within 1 of the lead. And we'll take a break from Brookside Park. More action when we return.